All right, I am back and we're with video number 2. And this video is going to continue the series of opening a hair salon, and in my case, a natural hair salon. And I'm chronicling um, all of the processes. So later on this week, we'll have the exciting reveal of the raw space, and we'll start getting into renovating a place, turning it into your dream salon. So we'll talk about that another video, another time. So without further ado, let's just talk about the hard stuff, the not so fun stuff, but the most important stuff, which is the business plan. So I asked you in the last video, are you really ready to open a salon? And I'm assuming that because you're watching this, you said yes. You, based on what I said to you and your own calculations and your own will and drive and desire, you are absolutely ready. And I am so here for it. And I'm so proud of you. And let's go, right? I want us all to be successful. So let's talk about the business plan. Um, that is a living document. It's never done. It's never complete. It is always going to be updated. It is always going to need um, something. Okay. So just keep that in mind, that you are always going to be working, especially in the beginning phases, on your business plan. So I call it a living document. So you don't just make a little 2-page business plan. I want to open a salon just because, and then say, okay, we're good. No, it doesn't work that way. So, my particular business plan is about 50 pages long right now. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest with you, it took me just to get to where I am today. It probably took about 3 months to formulate this thing. And don't get me wrong, I had like the basic outline, the skeleton of the business plan. I had that ready in 2 days, you know. But once I started to do more research into what exactly is necessary for a business plan, what should be in the business plan, I had to add, subtract, add. I had to do a lot more work than I thought I would to actually have a complete business plan. So the first thing you should ask yourself is, what am I doing with this business plan? Well, and what is it for? So the business plan is your guideline for how, when, who, where, all of the things that include your business. How are you going to run your business? Who's going to run your business? What funds are you going to use? How are you going to obtain those funds? There's so many questions to be answered, and they have to be answered in a concise, clear manner, because really your business plan should be able to be presented to banks if necessary, to investors if necessary, and to partners, to anybody who may want to put a dollar into your hand for this business. They should have, you should have a clear, direct plan that you can show an investor, for instance, so that way they can feel confident in your readiness to open this business. It should have real numbers. It should have real lists and prices. It should have your motto, everything. So I want to just kind of, I'm not going to give you a business class here, but I do want to talk about what's in my table of contents, and that'll kind of help you maybe start formulating your business plan. So first of all, let's be clear. There's thousands of references, free and paid, that will make your business plan for a cost, and you don't have to do the work. And also there are free templates that you can use to really help just organize it for you. And then you just fill in the blanks. And that's how I started. And then once I really got a grasp on what it takes to open a salon, I really started to like fly on my own. Then I started to add my own categories and add certain things. So I became an expert. Like right now, I could probably charge to write a business plan. Don't email me about that. I'm not doing it. Well, maybe I will. So this is, I have my phone here and I have my business plan on my phone, which is Also, a thing, I keep it in my email because if people really want to see it, I send an encrypted copy to people so that way they can't edit it. You can also send a PDF that's locked so that way they can't edit it or take it. You know, it's yours. Um, so my first thing on my table of contents is the executive summary, and that's basically summarizing the hows and the whys. Why am I doing this? What is my goal? Um, Products and services is next. That's probably one of the most important things in your business plan. What are you offering? What are you doing? Um, how do you plan to implement that? What is your strategy? How do you go about becoming successful in this field? The next category or the third portion of my business plan is the market analysis. Super hard to get information. I mean, there's some information from like 4 years ago. You know, you have to keep searching. They want you to pay for it. I didn't pay for it. I found it. The limited information I used, it was enough for me to feel like I had a good grip or idea on the hair industry, like where it's going, how has it been trending, and it's been doing extremely well. We're not going anywhere, guys. So don't worry. Your competitive edge. Where do you stand apart from the salon down the street? Because trust and believe, there's a salon down the street. And even if there isn't, there's a salon in your town that is doing something too. So what are you going to do? Your customer profile. Who are your demographics? Who are you marketing to? Who are your core clientele? What's their age range? What is their sex? What do they have children? What's just the demographic information about what your core clientele will be or is? Um, Marketing strategy, huge. How are you going to get the word out about your salon? How can you keep new faces in your salon? What are the different ways that you're going to market yourself to be a contender amongst the big wigs? Because, you know, I'm just a one person, you know, and my salon will probably only have 5 chairs total. So I don't have a big salon. There's salons around here with 25 chairs. You know, what makes you stand out? What are your strategies? How are you going to stand out? So those are things you need to consider. Another not so fun part of this is the sales forecast. And like any forecast, weather, whatever, you're basically assuming based on what you do now, how you will do with growth for the next year, 3 years, 5 years, so on and so forth. I've seen people do 6 months and they break down year and a half to, you know, that's up to you how you want to do that. That's your preference. Milestones. So what do you want to reach in a year, 6 months? Where do you want to be in terms of profit? You know, how do you want to operate in the black is what is really the question here. So the next part of my business plan is management summary. So your personnel plan, your salary plan, how are you going to pay people? How are you going to pay yourself? Let's talk about that, right? Your sales compensation plan. So you want to talk about, again, how are you going to pay your commissioned or your commission employees if you have any? And if you don't, then what is your plan for your booth rental? How do you want that money? When do you want that money? So you have to do your financial information after this. So that's going to be your startup cost, the cost of all your equipment. You need to go online and research every single piece you need, and you need to put the prices down. You need to do an itemized startup list. You need to do a sales forecast. You need to for just equipment. You need to do a break-even analysis. You need to do a sample week profit. So you need to basically just assume a week and say, this is how much I plan on making. Operational summary. Who are your suppliers? Who are you going to use to wash for shampoo? So that's something else. Regulations, state regulations, insurance regulations, all of those things need to be written out. Rules. What are your rules? What are your guidelines? What do you go by? You know, so there's sponsorship. There's so many categories. I can go on and on. I wanted to just give you a few. Be detailed, be direct, space out, line out everything. Don't assume anything. Have everything written out, because if ever there is doubt, if ever there are questions, you can always refer to your living document. You can always refer to that business plan. And as you grow, you can change it. So you might have started out with this, but okay, in 3 months, you may have seen yourself skyrocket. And I hope that happens. So if that does happen, then boom, now we're in the plan. Now we're winning. You know what I'm saying? So you can look at actual versus your forecast in your business plan. So it's extremely important to have a clear, concise business plan here. I just want to make sure I went over everything. So yeah, business plans are not fun. I will not lie to you. They are very nerve wracking. You need real information in there. But I can promise you this: without a business plan, you are planning to fail your business. So I hope this helps. Please feel free, guys, to email me, to write me if you have any questions about business plans, if you have any questions about readiness. Our next video, we're going to talk about the physical beginning. So how do we find the right place? What's right for us? So I'll tell you my story, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll speak to you guys in the next video. Peace and love, y'all.